Hey guys, so it's me, Kiani. Today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how I created this look using the new Stilazzi and Jordan Liberty palette called Darkroom. Stay tuned. Of course, I'm going to start with no brows, and of course, I'm going to grab my Stilazzi Borderline gel liner in Smokey Quartz, and I'm just going to sketch these brows out. I have noticed that I have been liking a little bit more of a redder brow, so I'm going to use the shade called Awesome in the Darkroom palette. Next, I'm actually going to white out my eyelid, or basically cancel out any color in my eyelid, although I'm still going to keep it very, very warm. I'm using the new More Mega Concealer in the shade number 7, and I absolutely love this concealer. It's really thick enough. It allows you to blend it down. You can set it, as I'm going to do right here using my Bennye Neutral Set Powder. I think this is actually essential when you're creating a cut crease look. It gives you a much better blend, and of course it makes everything nice and smooth. Now I'm actually going to try the shade called Bondi, which is one of the beautiful reflective shades in the Darkroom palette, and then I'm actually going to start creating a lot of transition. Grabbing the shade called Solar. It's a beautiful pinchy pale pink. I love this right underneath the brow just to kind of give a little bit of inclusivity, but not to add a whole lot of color. Next, I'm going to layer that shade with Poolside. It's another peachy neutral shade. You'll see that it's going on very, very opaque, yet it's still giving a very soft effect. Next, I'm going to tap into Double Tap. This one is a beautiful mauve nude. All the shades so far have been matte, and I'm just going to continue to blend those shades right over top of one another as I move down ever so slightly. Of course, we can't forget the shade DTLA, which stands for Downtown LA. It's a beautiful cool tone brick red. Again, in a matte, I am going to really layer this color on. It's going to give it just a little bit of a punch, and you will see that the shadows do blend very, very nicely. I'm not really worried about the fallout in this palette because the pigmentation is very, very pigmented. I do, however, put my foundation on last because obviously you want to have an intense color. I'm adding about 7 shades at this point. Of course, you're going to have some fallout, but just continue to blend and you will end up with something beautifully perfected. I've already grabbed the shade called Awesome. Now I'm in the shade called Dark Horse, and I'm really going to start to intense the inner lash line and just continue to blend that out. And of course, you can't forget the shade called Asphalt. Now, what I do like about these shades, they are very pigmented, but they do allow you to blend one over top of one another, as you'll see. Just clean up the fallout using your Moral wipe or any makeup removing wipe, and you're going to have to, of course, go back into your concealer. Again, grabbing that same color, the More number 7 concealer, and you'll see that it's thick enough that it will allow me to go over all the layers of eyeshadow and powder that I have on my lid, but it doesn't create that intense white cast that some of the other eyeshadow bases do. So I like the consistency of a concealer. I'm a little bit more comfortable with that, and yeah, I don't feel like I have so much work to do when I'm going to go back and add color, because of course this is going to be more of a neutral cut crease eye. All the colors in the Darkroom palette are beautifully bronzy, and you know, they just really create a nice, beautiful, wearable look. But of course, a little bit of the technique here is going to go a little bit more editorial, but it's still very, very wearable. Grabbing the next shade called Baraka. I absolutely love that color, and of course Eastern is definitely one of my favorite shades in this palette as well. I really think this look turned very, very rustic. I think great as a transitional eyeshadow palette if you're going into the fall. If you love neutrals, this palette hit it dead on. Look at that beautiful chocolate. Like, I am totally a fan. In this shade here called Drop Top. It's a beautiful shift color. It does have a beautiful brick red appearance, but it is not icy, it's not shimmery. I do think that that one, as well as Infrared, do lay a lot better with my finger. As you'll see, that I'm going to transition right over and just pack that color just to create a lot of punch. But of course, I did layer that obviously over several different shades of powder or matte eyeshadow, so it's not going to have the reflection that it would have if I would have just laid it over top by itself. So next, we're going to just go ahead and move into one of my favorite mascaras of the moment. This one is by Essence. Oh my god, I lost my mind. So it's by Essence, and then I'm going to drop on these lashes by Lashy Box, and the style called Kissy. Go ahead and grab my moisturizer and primer mix by Twin Medics, and I'm just going to blend that all the way down. I love putting my moisturizer on with a a brush because it allows me to blend it really nicely, and you'll see that I'm going back in with my Melanine Mills of Hollywood in Peach Deluxe, and I am just going to do a nice, what I call like a shimmer overlay on my skin. And I absolutely love how this product just perfects my skin before I go in and add any foundation or concealer. I can almost get away with just wearing this by itself, but no, we're not going to do that today. We're going to go all the way glam, so I'm going to grab my Juvia's Place foundation in the shade Punta Cana. I've mentioned this before on my lives. This foundation does oxidize. It does go very, very golden. So by me adding the Melanine Mills, excuse me, it does allow me to neutralize some of the yellowness in the foundation, but it does give me so much coverage, you guys. I am just obsessed. And then I'm actually going to neutralize it even further by using my Bennye soft pink powder, which is just a mattified powder. It does neutralize a lot of the yellow. And then I'm going back in with another foundation. This one is number 515 in the Loreal Infallible, the Pro Glow foundation, and just blend all of it down, and it just starts to make something really, really beautiful. And of course, we're going to intensify that contour with my Cozzette powder. This is the number G7. Obviously, it's too dark for my regular complexion, but it works beautifully as a bronzer. Next, of course, let's add a little flash of highlight using my Barbados palette by Stilazzi. And I don't think I've done a look without this palette since I received it. So if you guys are into bronzes or blushes or highlights, I mean, that is the palette to get. Of course, I'm going to grab another finishing powder by Cozzette. This one is G5, and I'm just going to neutralize all of the colors and mesh everything nice and neat. So therefore, there's no flashback, there's no streaking, and yeah, everything starts to look super duper amazing. Of course, I'm going to set my face with my Twin Medic spray and just press everything in. All the powder that I use on my face is actually going to just absorb into the skin and lock it, and we are ready to go. Of course, to add just a little bit more highlight, I'm just going back over with my brush, and that's going to allow me to re-emphasize the highlight areas. Of course, that lower lash line, you can't forget it. I just use a little bit of drop top, and you'll see that right over top of the borderline gel liner in the shade Tiger Eye, it really, really makes something beautiful. Of course, we can't forget the lower lash line with mascara, and I'm using my lipstick collection, Lip Tricks, in the shade Persimmon Pickin', and we're going to go ahead and finalize this look. Obviously, lip tricks can be worn totally by themselves. They're a full-on matte lipstick, but to make something really super powerful, a very, very strong statement, a celebration of life, you cannot forget to add the glitter topper. Today's color, we're going to use Taupey, which is one of my most beautiful shades as far as in the neutral collection. You can find these colors at www.liptricks.com. Again, that's www.liptricks.com. I'm hoping you guys enjoyed this look, and you can obviously press the glitter down. It turns into something very, very metallic, or you can really, really lay it on to create something ultra sparkly and fantastic. I'm hoping you guys enjoyed this look. Make sure you give me 2 thumbs up. Comment down below on any other looks of this nature you would like to see. What palettes are you loving at the moment? Are you loving my faux locks? Big thanks to Marshall Cobb for the install, and Augusta Beauty Outlet for sponsoring the hair for this video. Until next time, guys, thanks so much for watching. Hugs and kisses. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.